Assalamu alaikum. I see somebody's on. Couple. Go ahead and let me know who's on. Say salam. Assalamu alaikum, Bibi. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, Safra. You wanted me to wait a few minutes, right? So I'll just do that and then get started, inshallah. How are you all doing? Staying at home, flattening the curve. Just gonna wait a few minutes. I see a lot of you are on. Inshallah, get started in about 3 minutes. Okay, I see a lot of people have hopped on. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in today. First of all, I'd like to thank Sister Bibi and the team at An-Nisa for having me here today to talk about something I'm extremely passionate about. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Zeeshan Ali, and I am a holistic health coach. And I am a healthy foods advocate, passionate about it. And I support and empower women to take care of their health, to transition to healthier habits. I've helped clients get better thyroid function, reduce their cholesterol, lose weight, conquer their sugar cravings, and much more, and just get a better mindset around food. Today I will be talking to you about immune boosting pantry staples. Now, the time we're living in, unprecedented times, we need to, not that, you don't listen to health experts and wash your hands and social distance, but there are some science-backed I'm so sorry, I may be interrupted. I'm in my kitchen. Yeah, telling my kid to go back into the room, shutting them off right now. Okay, so, we need to listen to experts and wash our hands and distance ourselves, but then there are some science-backed antiviral, inflammatory foods that we can take advantage of and include in our diet. So today I wanted to help you look into these pantry staples and what their properties are. But before we begin, I just wanted to say also that, our deen promotes health and wellness. There are ayahs in the Quran, there's, our sunnah of the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first couple of foods, in fact, almost all of the foods are sunnah foods that we all know about. But, living in the world that we live in, the highly processed, unnatural foods that we have, adulterated foods that we have, that the food industry promotes, we just lose sight of our deen, of our, what we've been asked to eat by the Quran. So, I wanted to talk about pure foods because that is what leads to spiritual bliss, and pure foods is what leads to gut health. Now, science tells us that 2/3 of our immune system resides in our gut. So if you have a healthy gut, you're going to have a boosted immune system. So, what we need to include in our diet are, the few that I'll mention. But like I said, try to stay away from the processed foods, the refined carbs, refined foods, refined sugars, refined oils, and come back to the whole foods culture that our deen promotes. So first up, I'm in my kitchen today because I wanted to show you all the immune boosting foods that I use and that I'll be talking about. First up, can anyone tell me what this is? This is the black seed. I have it crushed and ready for my family. I give it to my kids with some honey. I don't have manuka honey, which is the next immune boosting food that I have on my list, but raw honey will do. I incorporate these two and I give it to my kids. My husband and I just take a pinch and eat it with some water in the morning. This is something that I have in my toolkit because this is what helped me. If I don't know, many of you do know, but you may not know that I reversed my own Hashimoto's condition. This is an autoimmune of the thyroid gland, and I did that by incorporating Sunnah foods. So the black seed was one that I started having and I kept to throughout my health journey. My husband also has really benefited from incorporating the black seed. He had a chronic cough and congestion, and he would fall sick pretty often. But incorporating this, we have noticed a marked change. Now, the black seed is, of course, a Sunnah food, and it has been said that the Prophet ﷺ said that it is a cure for all diseases except death. And now 1400 years later, science is telling us something very similar. Now the component of the black seed is the thymoquinone, and this has anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer properties and has shown to help with allergic rhinitis as well as autoimmunity. So that is where my case comes in, right? Hashimoto's is an autoimmune condition, and keeping to a healthy, wholesome lifestyle has really helped me, and the black seed is one such component. Manuka honey comes from the Manuka bush in New Zealand and Australia. That's where it's found. And this has medicinal properties. Honey does generally, raw honey, and this is also a Sunnah food, but then Manuka honey is just a bit more, it has more component, Mg component in it, and that is determined by the grade of the Manuka honey, which is, you try and get the grade 10 and up. And this is available on Amazon and possibly at stores even now. Spices that you can include are turmeric, known for its antifungal, anti-inflammatory properties. This has shown the component curcumin is shown to have the anti-inflammatory properties. We have it in South Asian cuisine. We, in Pakistani food, Indian food, we add it to our oil and, with garlic and all of that, spices, and that's what releases the curcumin. So you want to put a fat component or pepper in the food to activate this component. So anti-inflammatory property right there. Ginger also. I wanted to include a couple of fresh like herbs and spices because we're blessed in Houston right now. We are getting these. So just wanted to give a shout out to this powerhouse. This also has the component gingerol, which is anti-inflammatory in nature, and we need to include this. Now, I was talking about that concoction. I have a recipe. I'll link it here. You guys can go and grab that. So I've included, the concoction has ginger, honey, lemon, and one other thing, turmeric in it. And you can just take that 1 tablespoon of that concoction in some warm water, have it every morning. And that should help you. It helped me with I used to get frequent sore throats. That's a, symptom of thyroid issues. So frequent sore throats, they're all gone because I have been keeping to this concoction. Garlic is another huge powerhouse. It's got sulfur compounds, the majority of which is allicin, which is a sulfur compound, and that has shown to combat the common cold. Now, in one study, people who took allicin extract over a 12-week period had significantly fewer colds than a placebo group, and those who did get a cold recovered faster. So I just looked this up because I felt like we need to, have specific studies that really reinstate the power of all these whole foods in our diet, and so that we can include these. Onions, also a major component of the, of our foods, contain an antioxidant, quercetin, that helps reduce inflammation. And that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for reduced inflammation, right? Another one is, okay, so now I wanted to go to, I have some pantry staples. Again, wanted to talk about the legume, bean, or lentils. So when this news broke out of COVID-19, my husband went to the meat store and there was a shortage. He had to go to a couple of meat stores. So what I told him was, I said, I have been trying to transition to a more plant-based diet, but this gave us the excuse to do that without, having meat as an option. And I stress this because our Prophet ﷺ had treated meat as condiment. He was mostly plant-based, vegetarian, and you can read the Sunnah to see that. So legumes and lentils have a really high in protein, high in fiber. They give us boosted immunity and the fiber that we need to for our gut health. Okay, so gut health is very important because our gut health is linked to our brain health, mental disorders. I know there was, sisters here talking about mental health and physical activity. So that is what I promote as well. But foods that promote gut health and mental wellness, there's a link. So it's not disconnected. Our health is not disconnected, right? Our body. Another thing I wanted to have you guys invest in, if you can find fresh, is frozen veggies, frozen kale, frozen strawberries. These are extremely high in vitamin C, and vitamin C is what we're aiming for, right? That is what boosts our immunity. In fact, I don't know if you knew this, but strawberries, frozen strawberries, you can get frozen but fresh too. Strawberries have 99% daily value of vitamin C. That is more than the orange. We think that orange juice or oranges are, the highest in vitamin C content, but that's not so. So strawberries, kale is a cruciferous vegetable. It is extremely high in vitamin C. In fact, I believe it's 86%. It gives us 89% of our daily value. And I know I've gone over time, but I wanted to quickly talk about one more powerhouse, which is the shiitake mushroom, or mushroom in general. And I say mushrooms because that is also a sunnah food. Mushrooms have medicinal properties, and it is great to include in your diet. Antifungal, anti-inflammatory ingredients or properties. I try to just chop up mushrooms and put it in my stir fry, or if you can find fresh, you do get dried mushrooms that you can add to your teas, your green tea, or just, the elixir, that concoction I'm talking about. You can add some mushrooms to that, and you will reap the benefits of that anti-inflammatory powerhouse. So, I wanted to just encourage you guys to eat more whole foods. I know it's tough in our highly processed world, but the crowd out your cravings and crowd out the need to eat processed junk. Promote that in your home. Don't bring the processed foods inside your house. Just today my son, because I don't bring all this stuff in, he was inspired and motivated to make his own cookies. So grab the healthier version of what you see in stores. So if you have like chocolate chip cookies that you're getting from the frozen section, freezer aisle, come home and try and make that yourself. That way you'll be eating better for you ingredients, cook healthier meals at home, cook with your kids. I do that on my free Facebook group. It's open to sisters, to women. It's called the Purely Fabulous Women's Club, and I teach you how to make healthier sweet stuff and like healthier foods. I go pretty frequently. I go live pretty frequently talking about health and wellness. Yeah, I mean, just wanted to promote that, just wanted to put it out there because honestly, you guys, pure foods equals spiritual bliss, and that is what we're aiming for. So I wanted to end this live by having you rethink your food. I wanted to help, thank Sister Bibi and An-Nisa once again for having me here. I hope that I've inspired you and helped you to get inside your kitchen and cook healthier, happier meals, and take care of of yourselves. And I hope that this is all over very soon, and I hope that we all come out of this bettering our health. Ramadan is coming up, so try and boost your immunity, gain the stamina to fast. I also have a membership that I've opened doors to just yesterday. It's closing, doors are closing tomorrow. I want to have you guys check that out as well. And yeah, I'll be linking everything here. So inshallah, I hope that this live has benefited you. And I want to thank you once again for being here. Thank you. If there are any questions, you can go ahead and ask me before I sign off. So my Facebook group is the Purely Fabulous Women's Club. And I will be linking that here as well. You can go to my business page. It's called Eat Drink Pure. If you're on Instagram, more active there. I'm extremely active there. It's called Eat Drink Pure, my account. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Purely Fabulous Women's Club. And again, like I said, I will be linking everything here after I finish up here. All right, so thank you once again, you guys. I guess I will sign off. I've taken a lot of time. Thank you for sticking around, and I will see you all hopefully in my club, women's club. All right, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.